Hi, in this video we will solve two examples of limits having radicals. So remember that if we have a minus b, and when you want to find the conjugate of a minus b, the conjugate will be a plus b, and the multiplying of these two expressions give us a square minus b square. For the first example, we have limit x minus 1 divided by radical x minus 1 when x goes to 1. So firstly, if you make direct substitution for x equal 1 in the given limit, you will get 1 minus 1 over radical 1 minus 1, and this gives us 0 over 0. So you have to do something to find the limit, and here, as mentioned on the previous examples, you have to do is the conjugate. In denominator we have radical x minus 1, so you have to multiply it up and down by its conjugate, which is radical x plus 1. So limit x minus 1 over radical x minus 1 multiplied by its conjugate, multiplied by the conjugate of denominator, so radical x plus 1 divided by radical x plus 1. When x goes to 1. Next, you have to multiply the numerators and denominators. Okay, the numerators will be the same, limit x minus 1 multiplied by radical x plus 1. And for denominator, you have to remember that a minus b times a plus b equals a square minus b square. And a is radical x and b equals to 1 if you make comparison between this example and this rule. So you will get radical x square minus 1 square when x goes to 1. Next, limit, the numerator will be the same, no change, radical x plus 1, and for denominator the radical cancelled with power 2, so you will have x minus 1 when x goes to 1. 1 square equals to 1. Now we have common between numerator and denominator, and the common is x minus 1, so you have to eliminate the common and replace the value of x1 on the function radical x plus 1, and you will get radical 1 plus 1, which is equals 2. And this is the final answer for the first example. For the second example, we have limit radical 4 minus x minus radical x divided by x minus 2. If you plug in the value of x, which is 2, and the given limit, you will get 0 over 0, because radical 4 minus x, 4 minus 2, minus radical x, which means radical 2, over x minus 2, which is 2 minus 2. Up we have radical 2 minus radical 2, which is 0 over 2 minus 2 equal to 0. So you have to do something to find the limit, and the way to do that is to use the conjugate of numerator, because radical in numerator are not in denominator. So you have to multiply up and down by the conjugate of numerator. So the limit equal limit radical 4 minus x minus radical x divide by x minus 2. Now you have to multiply up and down by the conjugate of numerator, radical 4 minus x plus radical x over radical 4 minus x plus radical x. Now if we multiply the expression by its conjugate, the answer will be the first one square minus the second one square. This is the rule from difference between two squares. So if you compare this rule by this, you will get that a equals radical 4 minus x and b equals radical x. So the answer up will be the first one square minus the second one square. So we have limit radical 4 minus x all square minus radical x all square divide by denominator the same, x minus 2 multiply by radical 4 minus x plus radical x when x goes to 2. Next, this exponent cancelled with radical and this exponent cancelled with radical. So we have limit 4 minus x because the radical cancelled with the exponent, and here the radical cancelled with the exponent, you will get minus x divided by x minus 2 multiply by radical 4 minus x plus radical x when x goes to 2. Now we'll complete here. This equals limit minus x equals negative 2x. So we have 4 minus 2x divide by x minus 2 multiply by radical 4 minus x plus radical x when x goes to 2. There is no common between numerator and denominator, but we can do the common or find the common if we take out the GCF between 4 and negative 2x. So you have to take negative 2 as greatest common factor and from a numerator. So negative 2 multiplied by 2, here it will be negative 2 plus x. So we can write it as x minus 2 divided by x minus 2 multiply by radical 4 minus x plus radical x when x goes to 2. After that you have to cancel x minus 2 with x minus 2 and replace the value of x on the function remains. So we have negative 2 up divide by radical 4 minus 2 which is radical 2 plus radical 2, and this is equals to minus 2 over 2 radical 2 because radical 2 plus radical 2 equals 1 radical 2 plus 1 radical 2 which is 2 radical 2. Cancel 2 with 2, you will get the final answer which is negative 1 over radical 2. And that's it. Thank you.